Hey, what's going on, dudes? Welcome to Bogus Banter, the podcast where we talk about everything and nothing at the same time. Join us every week as we ramble on about the latest news, pop culture, and whatever else is in our minds. We promise to keep it light, fun, and most importantly, bogus. So sit back, relax, and get ready for some nonsensical chatter with your host, me, Elijah, and go ahead and introduce yourself, other host.
Hi, Nathan Hetrick.
All right, and today's topic.
Other dude in the room.
Yeah, other dude in the room. That's not really in the room. Yeah, so today's topic is, I already told Nathan this, but our topic for today is going to be New Year's resolutions. Pretty much everything about them. We're going to be probably discussing our New Year's resolutions and just the overall psychology and stuff. I did a little bit of research before I started this, so. Nathan.
To start off, I just gotta say, New Year's resolutions, those don't really work. You know, you got it for like a month. You have that drive. You're like, let's go. So instead of setting yourself New Year's resolutions, set yourself New Year goals. Write your goals down. Make it something you can quantify, so you can watch the number grow, and that'll help a lot.
Yeah, actually, that brings up a good point, because on one of these things, apparently, it says fewer than 10% manage to actually keep their New Year's resolution within a few months. And honestly, one of the better things you can do is probably making something more reasonable. When it comes to a New Year's resolution, make it reasonable. Don't make it out of the blue. Often, people, when they make their New Year's resolution, it's going to be like, oh, I'm going to quit smoking out of the blue. Sometimes it works, I agree, yes. But oftentimes, it might not work. So make it reasonable, something that you can, cut off, or, start limiting yourself to it, because you can't, it's hard to just quit something. I mean, when it comes to,
especially if you're addicted, if it's like an addiction that you're trying to get rid of, like, say you want to quit smoking, for example, you might have to take your time doing that. It takes time.
Yeah. And also, if you're going to set a resolution, set something that, it won't take too much time. Because often, if you say, oh, I'm going to, lose weight, oftentimes there's a lot more factors that go into weight loss, You got to be active. You got to limit how much you're eating. And sometimes it doesn't work. So don't just quit. So if it's not working, like, you're not losing as much weight as you want. Say you lose 10 pounds opposed to what you were hoping, which it was 30. That's still somewhat of a big deal. You lost 10 pounds. You kept at it. That's something you need to remember, Because losing weight's not always easy, and you're not really probably going to see a giant leap when it comes to, weight loss. So make it something that's reasonable and something that you can grasp and do,
Something I heard today, it's like, if you set your goal and you just say your goal is to lose weight, you're not going to go anywhere, because your goal is to lose weight. You don't have a set goal. You need your goal to be specific. So instead of saying, I want to lose weight, say, I want to lose 30 pounds. But say by the end of the year, you get like 28 pounds, like, that's solid. Like, you accomplished your goal pretty much.
Yeah. So, and just, Also, another thing that this website says, do one thing at a time. Like, the first thing that it says is be realistic. We covered that. Next thing is do one thing at a time. One of the easiest routes to failure is to have too many resolutions, Make it something small, It doesn't have to be this big thing, Like, oh, I'm going to eat healthy every day. I'm going to go to the gym every day. That might be too many resolutions, too many big resolutions, because often you might not have time, or it doesn't fit into your schedule. Sometimes that might be an excuse, but, those two things are very big, problems, or very big resolutions that you're trying to make, Try one at a time, or maybe try something small of each thing at a time, Maybe start off with, going to the gym once or twice a week, Eating healthy instead of going to, like, McDonald's or something where it's unhealthy. Try making dinner yourself, You also learn a skill if you do that. You'll learn how to cook. You know, and that's a big
I
deal.
think it's a very good skill. Very
Yeah.
good skill. Like, yeah, right. And putting your goals into words are also like it really helps because if you put it into words, say you get like a dry erase board and on your dry erase board you write your goals that you want to complete. Say even for anything, it's like your goals for the week, your goals for the year, your goals for life in general. You'll see them and you'll be reminded, hey, that's my goal. I gotta do it. Instead of just saying, yeah, I'm gonna do that and just not writing it down, doing anything. Like you're just not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I think having that written down is like a big mental note, and it kind of like helps you take strides forward. Highly suggest writing down your goals, which I actually have written down for my 2023.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure I will share later.
Yeah. All right, and now here's another one that this website, says to do. Tell someone your resolution. Often letting somebody know, family member or friends, know that you have a New Year's resolution that you really want to keep will act as both a safety barrier and a face saver. Often if you tell someone about it, they'll kind of be reinforcement behind it, If you're having problems with keeping to your resolution, go to someone, like a friend, have them kind of help you to it, Because sometimes it's difficult to do it yourself. Anybody knows that. If, say you have an addiction, it's not easy. You probably need somebody else. It's not easy just quitting something off the bat, So take it. So like a resolution, do it like that.
Mm-hmm. To add on to that, it's like, say your resolution is to go to the gym and join the 1,000-pound club, right? Say your maxes are pretty high and you want to go there. Or say your resolution is to just start going to the gym and go there a certain amount of days every week. You a lot of times like it's easy to lose motivation and lose track of which you want. Goals aren't easy to get. You have to work for them. Just don't lose hope, and talking to people and having them there can be a really good source of motivation, because when you get off track, you can be like, hey, yeah, I was doing this, and they'll be like, what, you stopped? And they'll be like, not anymore.
Yeah. Another one is, it also has to do with a loved one, family member, or friends. Sometimes if you're living with somebody else and they also have the same resolution as you, or often try to make a similar resolution as them, that might also help with keeping it going. It kind of backs up the tell someone your resolution. Have somebody in the house with you do the same things, because often if they're not, it tends to drag you down too, because you're like, oh, if they're doing it, then I can do it, then I'll do it anyway. Often it's just easier that way.
Another thing that might help is to find people with alike resolutions, and then you can work on it together. Having that other person there to help you through your resolution or your goal, I wouldn't call it a resolution anymore, because just that word just kind of it has a bad rep. Your goal, you want to, if you have someone there with you doing the same thing, trying to achieve a similar goal or the same goal, it helps out a lot.
Yeah. All right. So now we're getting into, what is your New Year's resolution, Nathan? Would you like to tell everybody?
All right. So my goals for 2023. My first one is to get in shape, and I'm skinny. I don't work out much. So my first goal is to get in shape, and the way I'm going to prove that is by gaining 10 pounds. I want to gain 10 pounds of muscle mass, because right now I weigh like 145. I'm 6 foot. I'm technically, if you're like 6 foot, you're supposed to be like what, 180?
I don't know.
Something like that. So I'm pretty far under. I'm very skinny.
I mean, I'm like 200 pounds and probably not pure muscle. Actually, not at all pure muscle. I'll be honest with you.
The next goal I have is to get a lot more reading done. kind of like stopped reading after middle school, and then I started picking it up, like reading manga, and now I kind of want to start reading like nonfiction stuff that's actually like useful.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to read, I want to say 10 books about business, science, or like psychology by the end of the year. I'm almost done with my first one. I'm about halfway through it. And then overall, I want to improve my mental state. You can't really quantify a mental state, but I have a feeling just if I go to the gym and read books and stuff, that'll be a mental state boost in general.
Yeah.
And another goal I have is I want to make 2 times as much money as I did this year. That is my goal. I think it's doable. This year I made about 30K, I think. So this year, I want to make about 60K. And
That's a big leap, Nathan. Not to harsh on your mellow there, but that is a big leap you're gonna have to make.
It's big, but as long as I'm working towards that goal,
Yeah.
Like if I make more money than I did this year, that's fine. But 2x is like the goal. If I can double it, that'd be awesome.
Honestly, I feel like a good change to that would be to, gain more money than say 30K, not doubling it. Going back to that research that I did, that might be a giant leap. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it is a giant leap you're gonna have to make, along with all the other, all your other resolutions that you want to make.
I mean, I'm setting the bar high.
Mm-hmm.
I feel confident in myself. I feel like I have the ability to do those things. So I'm gonna try for it. Another one I got is to quit pop. I want to quit drinking soda. Really bad for you. I don't even want to. I want to get to the point where like I see it at like a party and I'm like, nah, I don't even want it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Honestly, a good thing to think about that is do you want to cut out all pop, or what specifically about the pop do you want to cut out? The caffeine, the sugar, all of it?
All of it.
Okay.
Because I intake enough sugar in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
And caffeine's just bad. But I still drink energy drinks, which I'd rather cut pop than energy drinks personally.
Well, how much sugar do the energy drinks that you're drinking? How much are they? Zero sugar?
They have none.
Okay.
Yeah, there's zero sugar.
If you want to drop
I only drink.
If you want to drop caffeine,
drink like one.
If you want to drop caffeine, I'd suggest like any diet beverage, like Diet Coke or something like that, because it has no sugar, but it also probably has a lot less caffeine.
The thing though is I found out is I just drink 10 times more pop if I try to quit caffeine.
Here's also a thing. Try drinking for every can of soda or diet soda you drink a cup of water.
Yeah, that might be a good one.
At that point you're drinking the same, you're taking up more space with the water than if you were to drink like multiple cans of soda. So
yeah,
I mean that's also a thing you can do if you want to like lose weight. I've heard often that you want to drink like a cup of water before you eat, because the water will take up space and then you'll get full faster. And water, I mean, doesn't really have any calories, so you won't get any calories.
Yeah, I don't know. Last time I tried to quit caffeine, I crashed my car, so.
Yeah. So then try drinking less caffeine at a time,
Yeah, I definitely haven't drank nearly as much caffeine as I used to.
Well, that's good.
I mean, you used to. You've seen me back in the day.
Wasn't it like 2?
I used to drink.
Wasn't it like 2?
I used to drink. It's like 4.
That's bad, Nathan. That's really bad. Good.
Yeah,
well, how much are you down to now? How much are you down to now?
Like 1 a week.
No. Oh, 1 a week. No,
Yeah.
that's so much better.
But I
It
drink
is
a
way
bunch of
better.
pop during the day.
If you're gonna drink pop, drink Diet Pop. You know.
I don't like Diet Pop. It's so
I know you
bad.
don't,
It's
but
so
it's a
bad.
sacrifice you're probably gonna have to make.
I'd rather drink Gatorade or water.
That works too. Although Gatorade's not good with the sugar, but it's better with the caffeine. You know?
Hydration.
Actually, no. If you're gonna be working out, try Gatorade. But I've heard don't drink Gatorade until after your workout.
That's what I
Don't drink.
did today, actually.
Don't drink during. Drink after. Drink water while and before, and then drink Gatorade after. Because the Gatorade has the electrolytes your body uses. You know, you sweat out the electrolytes. That's what happens.
Yeah.
So use that to, kind of replenish you, so you can keep going through the day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So do that.
Another goal I have is to get on a sleep schedule. That is going to be the hardest one.
That is.
But actually, I fell asleep at a great time yesterday,
Mhm.
and I woke up at a great time. So I'm doing everything in my power to keep that.
Yeah, often, what I also learned about the caffeine, wait about an hour and a half. From when you wake up, wait about an hour and a half before you drink caffeine. That'll
'Cause
help
you
with
still got that adrenaline in the
that'll
morning.
help. That will help with like evening crashes, like midday crashes. You don't take any naps, and then also the workout. If you work out, you'll use some of your energy, and then that'll help you for sleeping later.
Yeah, that might help.
So you'll probably get on a better sleep schedule as you work out. So that might be a byproduct of what you're trying to do.
And then one last thing I want to get good at for this year is to get good at like trading stocks.
Hmm.
I don't really know of a way to quantify that, so I just kind of like said, yeah, I'll
Maybe-
do this
Maybe
because it's a lot of
yeah.
trial and error because like you learn as you go. So I guess I'll get good at it through reading. I'll try to learn patterns and stuff,
yeah.
and hopefully that'll help me out. But
Mhm.
I don't know. If I get better than I am now, then that's all I care.
Yeah. I mean, that might be something that you don't necessarily say as a resolution, but say as as just a hobby. A hobby you want to pick up.
Yeah. It's like an overarching goal,
Yeah.
Like I want to be a good trader so that I can just like make passive income pretty much. Because that would be
it'd be
awesome.
good. It'd be great for your future, honestly. Like what you put in stocks, just save for later.
Yeah.
That's practically a 401k, but you're doing it personally rather than with a company.
Yep. That's kind of how I have it right now. Everything I have in stocks is just gonna sit there until I get old.
Hmm.
But it's not that much.
Yep.
But I want to put more in there and get better at it.
Yeah.
What are your goals for this year?
I have maybe two. I bought these 15-pound dumbbells that I've been working out with. So I want to try and pick up working out more often. I kind of worked out a little bit by the end of the year, but I kind of dropped off as we got into December. So I want to try and pick that back up and keep going.
What's like your goal with working out? Like, are you trying to?
I don't really have a goal. Just kind of get more. I want to do more cardio at least, because I used to play soccer, so I want to get back into kind of that fitness that I was. I fell out of it because I haven't been as active. I've been busy, but that's no real good reason to do that. But I want to at least get more fit. And while it's cold and snowy and all that, or icy, I'll probably more or less work out while it's bad outside, and I'll do more of the weightlifting while it's cold, and then I'll just kind of transition into cardio. So,
Yeah, I mean you could go to the gym.
See, that's the thing. I don't like going to the gym unless I have someone to work out with.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thing. That's why I bought my own weights, so I can work out on my own.
That makes sense.
I found out that apparently like boxing or like where you just hit like a bag or something like you're just hitting
really good
bag.
cardio.
That is great cardio. So what I started to do was use my 15-pound weights to like get the motions
Like
down.
punch them?
Yeah, not punch the
Yeah.
15-pound weights, but like with them in my hand,
No,
I
like,
kind of
yeah,
punch with
yeah.
the 15-pound weights, and I started doing
Air
that
punch.
today, and it's starting to work.
Yeah,
I'm just that
that's
helps
really
with a little
good.
bit of cardio. So if I can't go outside, boom, I got cardio right now. You know.
Yeah, that's a really good cardio activity.
And then my other resolution is to quit drinking pop at least, because I just want to cut it.
Hey, yep.
Mainly the part that I'm worried about is the sugars. I don't have a problem with caffeine. I don't drink energy drinks. I've drank it a little bit during college last year, and I quit doing that after that because I don't really need it. I normally have enough energy to get going. I'm not a morning person, but often I push through it and then I'm good the rest of the day. So
Yeah.
I just want to cut out the sugar mainly from pop.
One way actually, it's really good in the morning when you first wake up. Drink a cup of water. You'll have so much more energy.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with energy in the morning. That's not my. The issue is like I don't have a problem with caffeine. If I want to quit caffeine, I can quit it. It's not a problem to me. It's the pop that normally screws me over. Is I drink too much pop. So I want to cut that. I'll still drink like lemonade or stuff like that. It's just pop. I think has a lot more sugar in it.
Well, it has a lot. It's not even the sugar. It's like there's just so much more, like like gas in it. Like
Yeah.
what is it? Like yeah, like rocket fuel.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. It's like the amount of sugar there is. I think like Mountain Dew has like 50 something grams of sugar.
Yeah,
Like that's a
insane.
ridiculous amount of sugar. And if I drank that, I'm pretty sure that'd be awful to drink any of that. So I just want to cut out pop, at least the sugars. But I'm gonna try and hold strong with just pop in general. That's it.
Yep. I think you got it.
So
That's
far
pretty-
it's been a little difficult because every time I've come up from the basement, my mom has this
you're like
2 liter of Mountain Dew there, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, Mountain Dew, I need to drink it, but I can't. So it's
feeling.
that's difficult to walk away from.
I had 11 cases of pop last month. I'm down to 3 left.
11 cases of pop.
I drank. That would mean I drank about 5 cases because I don't live alone, so
Yeah.
I drink a lot of pop.
Yeah. Honestly, if diet pop might be the thing for it, but what diet pop does that you need to kind of work around is that diet pop often, like what it does with the sugars is it's like fake sugar, so it makes your body react as if it is real sugar. So the thing with that is like eat like an apple or something. So you're at least ingesting sugars, but not such high amount.
Sugars.
Yeah, not a high amount of sugar. That might be a fix.
Yeah, that sounds like a good fix.
All right.
This year's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the beginning of 2023, so who knows what it holds.
Exactly. And we'll be here for the ride.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I'm afraid to see what 2023 holds because the last 3 years have been nothing but ass. They've been awful.
I like to stay optimistic, I've found that being optimistic about things usually just makes everything better in general. Be a glass half full instead of a glass half empty kind of guy,
Yeah.
I've been trying to work on that because I'm usually I'm a big doubter, but if you're optimistic about things, everything tends to go more your way, and you don't care when things go wrong as much because it'll all just work out in the end.
Yeah. I mean,
So I think
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other New Year's like what do you think this new year will hold? Like what are possible things like breakthroughs that this year might hold?
okay, breakthroughs. Nuclear fusion had a really good breakthrough.
But that was last year.
Well,
Technically, it was recent, but technically it was last
year.
year.
But I think if we see that breakthrough, I feel like maybe development will start speeding up, and we'll actually get to start seeing changes be put in.
Yeah.
Because once that cracks and we figure it out, like there's gonna be so much change that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna drop almost every single form of generating electricity and move straight to nuclear fusion.
Well, I still think nuclear fusion has a long way to go when it comes to.
It has a long way to go, but I think we're gonna make some decent.
I think
progress.
in the next few decades, it'll definitely start moving over to nuclear fusion. I mean, now that we've gotten that to that point where nuclear fusion is possible, the world can start moving towards it. You know?
Exactly.
I still think that nuclear reactors are a way to go for now. In between these times, to go to nuclear fusion, because it still puts out a lot more power than like coal plants. You know.
Yeah, the thing is with like nuclear power, so many people are just scared of it.
That is a main issue with it, and it is
the main
something.
issue.
It's something you got to be safe with.
Like,
but
nuclear power is the best form of
it
power
is. As of right
now,
now, it is the best. It's better than
Until
wind turbines. It's way better than solar.
Yeah,
You know?
until we can harness the power of the sun in our hands.
Yeah. Whatever
As they
that
say.
Doc Octopus dude said.
Yeah. But it's gonna be crazy to see that breakthrough. I think we'll have a lot stronger of a push for electric vehicles this year. I think we'll see a lot more of them come into play. I think we might see the start of World War III.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not, but the way things are going now and what it's looking, at least from American news sources, it like
Well,
they
that's
make it sound like
American
it's the end of
news
the world.
sources.
It is. But the way it sounds as of now, with Russia taking Ukraine, China wants Taiwan. They're making preparations to go for Taiwan. There's I think Turkey is looking to invade Syria because of the, I don't know, it's just a lot of geopolitics.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch. So I think we could see something that could eventually lead into World War III. I mean, if Russia's invasion doesn't end, if China decides to take Taiwan, if Turkey decides to take Syria.
The China and Taiwan thing has been a problem for a very long time. So it's not anything new.
It's not anything new, but you know, the way it looks as of now is apparently they're strengthening to around the borders of Taiwan or something like that. They're like making their navy drive their boats in their waters or something. Kind of like how the U.S. does to every country, how we like do drive-bys, you know? Like, what's up? They're kind of doing that to Taiwan. Yeah. So.
All right, moving on away from politics. I'm trying to think. What do you think, or what would you want from 2023? What are you hoping of 2023?
Man, I'm just hoping it's not a shithole like last year, or the year before,
or the year before.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see this COVID stuff gone. I don't want to hear COVID anymore. I think that is dumb. The fact that we are still scared of COVID is ridiculous. How there's still implications that have come to that happen, like the fact that I can't go shopping at midnight anymore.
Yeah, I think that is one thing that COVID did cause, is that places are closing a lot earlier than they used to. Like Walmart was open 24/7 before COVID, right? I swore it was.
Yep.
You know,
It was. You could go in at any time. I used to go there at like 1 a.m.
Yeah. Although COVID did create the online restaurant like push, you know? I don't remember very many online, or like you can't order stuff online. Like before McDonald's, it was like you had to drive down if you wanted a Big Mac. Now you can order online.
The online push was great. I think
It-
that was
it
one
was
of
a
the
good
best
idea.
innovations. But it ultimately can also be harmful because of like online working.
Mhm.
I am a firm believer of people work more efficiently in office than
Yeah.
at home.
They
And
have-
that's
they
just
have
facts.
more-
The statistics to
They
prove
have
it, so.
they have people watching him. I don't mean it to sound. Your dog is losing it.
Yeah, his alarm's going on. Come here.
Yeah. So like, I think that's one positive that came out of, COVID was that push towards online, and I don't know if technically working from home is as good. Honestly, when it came to education, I honestly learned better in person, just because I
do too.
have somebody watching to make sure that I have more security when it comes to doing my work, learning, I have no other outside distractions. Like during school, at least in high school, when we were hybrid, I'd have my computer here and all my other stuff that I'd be on. So often during classes, you even know we'd play Minecraft during
Yeah.
these classes.
During class, I would literally I sat there and watched all of One Piece during class.
Yeah, it's like you have these outside distractions causing you to, not pay attention. And if I'm in person, I can't do that, because the
Yeah,
teacher
you
will
get
tell me
yelled
to
at.
get off my phone or stop playing on my computer. So that's just something I think could be worked on. Hybrid's not hybrid's great sometimes. Say if you're just doing a meeting, hybrid's okay.
I think I really enjoyed having the Wednesday off. I think that was actually like really good.
Yeah, that
I felt like
that middle day where you just it splits up the week to where you're not working as much. I thought that was was awesome.
so if people didn't also have the same experience, our high school, we had two groups to start with in the year. So it was like group A, group B,
Mhm.
and they'd go like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was for cleaning, and then Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
But so towards the end of the year, or like halfway through, all the seniors got to come just full time. We got to go like 4 days a week. So we could have a little bit of a school life before we leave. And yeah, we got that Wednesday off pretty much. We just had an online meeting. It was like an hour for each class. And it was so nice because it was like you were just there and you're like out. You were in and out of meetings. They'd maybe give you some like homework to do, but it wasn't like much, and you just got to enjoy your time pretty much. I thoroughly enjoyed those Wednesdays because like it was a big stress reliever knowing that you had a lot more time to get whatever you needed to get done.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think it was a great addition, and I think it should be an addition just in general to school. Leave Wednesday off.
Yeah.
Go 2 days, 2 days. I think personally that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I that our senior year got so messed up because of that. It was not fun at all.
I personally don't regret anything about it though. I think it turned out pretty good.
I thought, in my opinion or my experience with senior year, it sucked donkey balls. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was the worst experience.
As an introvert, for me, I don't really talk to people. I thought it was great because like I don't know.
Mhm.
Just the online class sucked. But other than that, when I was going like 4 days a week, I thought that was great. I loved every second of that.
Yeah. Alright. So, moving on to something next. Now, for those of you like us, like me and Nathan, we are in college. So, often New Year's resolutions sometimes are difficult, you know? So if you need a New Year's resolution and you're in college, here are a few, or 6 New Year's resolutions that you could take. One of which is studying harder, you know? Take some time out of your day, you know, when you have free time, rather than getting on Netflix or playing Candy Crush or whatever the hell you're playing, you know? The new Call of Duty, you know?
Or be like me and just don't study.
Yeah, well, study. Don't take it from Nathan, but take some time, study a little bit. If it's something you don't know or something you're having trouble with, study that, you know? It'll help you later, at least with grade-wise. So at the end of the year, you don't have a F in the class and you need that D, you know, you're not in that situation. You don't need the final to decide exactly if you're going to pass or fail. Next one, perfect attendance.
That's a hard one.
It is a difficult one.
I actually achieved that in middle school twice, I think. They gave me a little pin for it.
I think I did it once in middle school. But yeah, in college, I think in college it is probably one of the most important things is to go to class. Honestly, if you have trouble studying, going to class will help you. Take it from at least me. I don't study very hard, but going to class helps me get that grade way better than if I were to not be there at all. I know from personal experience. So.
Yeah, I skipped 2/3 of my one class. I still came out with a B, so I can't really say the same. But yeah, being in class definitely helps because I did have to come back and I had to make up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's not a fun thing to do.
It's not fun to make stuff up.
Yeah. Another one is get more sleep. That's one of Nathan's, so it's a perfect one for you to try. Get more sleep. Often college kids have horrible sleep schedules because sometimes you're out partying too late or sometimes you're studying a lot, you know? Try and keep on that good sleep schedule. If you have to, you know, stay up past that time, you know, that's okay. But try and keep a good sleep schedule. Once you get on that good sleep schedule, you're going to be you're going to be less tired in the morning, you know? Because your body's going to get used to it. You're going to get used to being up at a certain time and going to bed at a certain time. So your body will get used to it.
Yeah, my sleep schedule was so bad that I crashed my car because I fell asleep. For people's information.
Yeah,
total bad fucker.
Don't be like Nathan. That is bad juju.
Sounds like the big lesson from this podcast.
Yeah.
Don't be like me.
Don't be like Nathan. That's a very important thing for here. Next one. Finish assignments at least 1 day early in advance. Don't be like everybody else who turns theirs in at exactly 11:59 when it's supposed to be turned in. Try and turn it in at least a day earlier. That'll make it so you're not stressed about getting something in on time. So you don't have a million assignments backed up to like 1 day.
Then tell yourself the due date is the day before. Yeah. Write it down. That's when it's due or whatever. However you plan whenever you do it. Say it's due this day instead of day it's actually due. And boom, you get it done.
Yeah. Also, if you know. What I tend to do when I have an assignment due is I'll go a couple days ahead, and instead of, you know, having to write the whole thing in 1 day, I'll knock out maybe 1 or 2 paragraphs in an essay that you're supposed to write. That's something that I'll do, is I'll knock out 1 or 2 paragraphs just so I can say, okay, so next day I need to do another 1 or 2 paragraphs, you know, just that'll make it so much less work. So if you don't turn it in on that, if you end up turning it in on that last day, you won't have to do as much. You'll have a lot less. But if you can, try to finish it at least a day earlier.
Exactly. Finishing stuff first is very, very nice. Me as a heavy procrastinator, usually, it's a lot of stress trying to finish something like an hour before it's due, especially when it's a lot of work.
Yeah. All right. So, last one. Make healthy choices. You know,
choices.
You know, don't drink martinis. I heard those things can fuck you up. Don't drink them. Don't,
Not bad.
make healthy choices when it comes to being on time, These are kind of all healthy choices. Sleep better, Drink less
Eat-
pop. Eat healthier, as difficult as it is for college students at least. Eat healthier. It'll
I think the biggest advice I can give is just don't go out partying. Honestly, it's not fun.
Well, Nathan, you say that because you're never invited.
Well, that's because I'm lame. But like,
You said it, not me.
personally, I'd rather sit around at my house and play video games, or sit
Yeah.
around in my comfy living room and watch TV, than be at a party around a bunch of other sweaty people
Why do you think they're
that
sweaty?
probably smell bad because they're all crammed together. They're smelly. They're sweaty, like, and it's like, it's just, I don't know. It's just not an environment I enjoy.
Hmm.
Especially, it's probably because I'm mainly introverted. I don't like talking to other people, so it's not like.
Well,
not my
there's a
thing, but-
resolution you can make. Try to talk to more people. Make more friends.
Yeah, well, that's a little hard because it's hard because the way my school works is I'm in a program, so basically everyone who's like in my classes is like way older than me. I
Oh,
don't know
really?
anybody. Yeah, there's like no one in my age group.
Well, you
so
get to know
I
some
can't,
people.
I can't like
Get some
make-
references.
friends, but yeah, I could definitely make references out of like teachers and stuff.
Yeah. Do that. That'll help you for later. But yeah, I don't have anything else. Nathan, is there anything else you want to add? Any questions, comments before we wrap this up?
Have a good year,
Yeah.
peeps.
Make this year a great year. Make 2023 perfect.
Make 2023 great again.
Yeah.
Even
Anyways,
though it was never great because it never existed.
it hasn't existed yet, but make it good. Make each day count. But yeah. Anyways, dudes, thank you all for tuning in to the first episode, or an episode of Bogus Banter. We hoped you enjoyed the show and found it informative or entertaining. Hopefully entertaining. If you did, please be sure to rate, review, or subscribe down in the comments. Leave us a comment, subscribe, do any of that. Anyways, dudes, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next Bogus Banter. See you guys in the next one.
Bye.